On the 14th of October 2025, support for Windows 10 will come to an end, which means that Windows 10 users will no longer receive security updates, new features, or technical support from this date onwards. So from this date, Windows 10 computers will be more vulnerable to attacks, such as viruses, hackers, and all kinds of malware. So I'm going to show you 8 options for when support for Windows 10 comes to an end. So let's now take a look. The first option is to continue to use Windows 10. Windows 10 will still work even beyond its end of support date. It's just that from this date forward, it will be more open to attacks. So if you are going to use your Windows 10 computer beyond this date, what can you do to keep your computer safe? Well, first of all, do your best to avoid any mischievous websites and be careful with what you download. You can also use internet security software to help avoid anything bad from getting onto your computer and to help prevent attacks. There are quite a few internet security software packages to choose from, such as Kaspersky, McAfee, Norton, AVG or Bitdefender. Internet security software is not a complete replacement for Windows security updates, but if you are going to carry on using Windows 10 beyond the 14th of October 2025, then I would recommend at least getting one of the internet security software packages. I don't actually recommend this option of continuing to use Windows 10 when it's no longer supported, as your security could be affected. But if you are going to use Windows 10 beyond its support end date, then just do your best to keep your computer safe. So let's now move on to some other options. Option number 2. Disconnect your Windows 10 computer from the internet. If your computer is not connected to the internet, then it will be much more secure. You won't have to worry about security threats from the internet if your computer is not connected to it. One thing to watch out for is that if someone else gave you software to put on your computer and that software had something nasty on it, then your computer would be more vulnerable and would be more likely to be affected by malicious programs. So be careful about accepting software from other people if you're going to use Windows 10 beyond its support end date. Option 3. Use a different operating system instead of Windows 10. There are many free operating systems that you could use, but if you would just like me to recommend one to you, Linux Mint is a good choice for those transferring from Windows. As you can see, Linux Mint has a taskbar, a menu button, and it's fairly easy to find your way around. You can also get Linux Mint security updates for free. Linux Mint is very secure. Don't be fooled by its free price tag. The security on this operating system is very good. Option 4. Upgrade to Windows 11. If your Windows 10 computer is compatible with Windows 11, then you can simply upgrade to Windows 11. This upgrade is completely free. I have made a guide on how to do this. If you'd like to check that out, links in the description below. But in simple terms, to do this upgrade, go to Windows Updates on your Windows 10 computer, then upgrade to Windows 11 from there. Alternatively, you could download and run the PC Health Check software from Microsoft to see if your computer is compatible with Windows 11. Once installed and running, the PC Health Check software will bring up this window, which will allow you to check if your computer is compatible with Windows 11. Option number 5. Use a workaround. If you've used Microsoft's PC Health Check app and it tells you that your computer is not compatible with Windows 11, then you will see a message similar to this one. It's saying that this computer is not compatible with Windows 11 and the reasons are shown below. If you get this message or a similar message, then you could use a workaround that will allow you to install Windows 11 on a Windows 10 computer even if it does not meet the Windows 11 system requirements. Microsoft itself offers a workaround, but it also warns us that by using a workaround, your device might malfunction due to compatibility or other issues. It also warns us that devices that do not meet these Windows 11 system requirements will no longer be guaranteed to receive updates, including but not limited to security updates. So in summary, let's say your Windows 10 computer is not compatible with Windows 11, but you use a workaround to install it anyway. If you do this, then it's possible that you might not receive Windows 11 security updates, and there's also a chance that your computer might not work properly. But you may have heard on the internet some people saying that they've used a workaround to install Windows 11 on their unsupported computer, and their computer works just fine, and they still receive Windows security updates. Well, this may be the case for you too, but Microsoft could change their mind at any time and stop giving security updates to those using Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. So it's up to you if you want to use a workaround, but just know that doing so may cause problems either straight away or at some point in the future. If you still want to use a workaround, then this is one from the Microsoft support website. You can enter these registry key values into your Windows 10 registry, which will bypass the check for a TPM 2.0 chip and a CPU family and model check as well. In other words, it will bypass the two hardware checks that many computers fail on when it comes to upgrading to Windows 11. I don't actually recommend using any workaround, because if it means that there's a chance that you will no longer receive Windows security updates, either now or in the future, then I don't think it's worth the risk, but obviously the choice is yours. Anyway, let's move on to the next option. Option 6. Add a TPM 2.0 chip to your PC. If you try to upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and you see a message telling you that the only problem you have is a lack of a TPM 2.0 chip, then you might be in luck. For desktop computers, some of the motherboards have a header where you can plug in a TPM 2.0 chip. You can buy one of these chips on Amazon or some other retailer, then plug it into your motherboard. If you choose this option, then make sure you buy one that is compatible with your computer. These chips are not too expensive, costing around £15 to £20 in the UK, or about $20 to $25 at the time of this recording. Once you've plugged the chip into your motherboard, you'll then have to set it up correctly in the BIOS. So this is only an option for those that are comfortable dabbling with hardware and BIOS settings. Once the TPM 2.0 chip is plugged into the motherboard and is set up correctly in the BIOS, you should then be able to upgrade to Windows 11. Option 7. Paying for Windows 10's extended security updates. You can purchase extended security updates for Windows 10. If you do this, then you will continue to receive Windows 10 security updates, which will run from October 2025 to October 2028. It used to be that this type of offer was only available for businesses, but Windows 10's extended security updates can be purchased by individuals as well. So how much will this cost? Well, for Windows 10 education customers, it will cost $1 per license for the first year, then $2 for the second year, and $4 for the third year. For businesses, it will cost $61 per device for the first year. Then after that, the price will double every year. So do I recommend this option? Well, at the time of making this video, prices have not been announced just yet for individual computer users. But when they are announced, if you feel that the price of Windows 10's extended security updates is okay for you, then yes, this is something that I can recommend. This could be a good option for you depending on the price, and will allow you to comfortably use your Windows 10 computer for up to another 3 years, running from October 2025 to 2028. And option 8 is to buy a new computer. So you could buy a brand new Windows 11 computer, or you could buy a used PC from somewhere like eBay. If you do buy a used computer, make sure it meets the Windows 11 system requirements, because as we saw earlier in this video, Microsoft said that devices that do not meet these Windows 11 system requirements will no longer be guaranteed to receive updates, including but not limited to Windows security updates. So go careful with which PC you buy, but other than that, getting a new or used computer is an option that I also recommend. So these are the 8 options that I've talked about in this video, but Windows 10 is still supported for now, up to the 14th of October 2025, so there's no need to do anything until then. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, see you next time.